figure out why. Something went haywire on my new pop-out puppy. So I click on him, and he's gigormous. Now, what does my zoom container look like? Zoom container is the correct size. Interesting. And yet, my game card got totally blown to pieces. Alright, so if I go to zoom card container, oh, that's gonna matter, but let's try that. Oh, that did something. So I've got my image back in the right place. I've got my, it's really just got to get my text box and my text back in the right place. So how do we do that? If my text box is in the right state, why? If this is in the right place, why is Team Mastery not showing correctly? Override rect transform and build. That's correct. But why? It's supposed to be a percentage of the parent. Why is it showing up so big? Okay. Take a look at my playbook UI manager and the zoom what is it? Playbook UI manager and game card. And game card UI or game card.cs, as well as my core /% effect transform.cs. Yikes. I probably should fix that. It's gonna stop that. So it is stopped. Alright, so we're gonna take this back over here. And then let's see if I can get this to figure itself out. Because that's getting pretty frustrating, man. Let's first see if I can spell transform, % rect transform. What is it called? Percentage base rect. Okay, well, whatever. And right. Percent of rect transform yes. And tell me if you can see any reason why one of the text boxes I have assigned to this script is not resizing per the script. I have assigned this script as a component to is not resizing per the script. The container it is in seems to be working fine as it is resized as expected. Let's see here. If I go back to my code and go see what's going on. So what we're seeing is a completely out of spot. Because this is supposed to be based on the parent. I wonder. A lot of these are just totally, completely broken. The component relies on finding the parent's rect transform, which it should. If the parent doesn't have a rect transform, for that workspace. Well, these text boxes are in a panel that does have a rect transform. Laying component overriding. Looking at how your sets up UI elements, you're using several layout components. Grid layout group, content size filter on some elements, scroll rect. Looking at how your playbook UI manager sets up UI elements. Well, all these text boxes are in a panel that does have a rect transform. Plus, all my code is in all. Plus, I have only assigned this script component to items in my zoom control, my zoom card panel. Is a zoom card panel? I forgot what it's called already. It's a zoom panel. Play zoom panel. And I play zoom panel. The image and the card text panel are both using the using the component script and resizing perfectly. It is interesting too that my title, which is also using it. So I got the card images using it. And my button, and this is even using it. It's like the text boxes. It's not working well with text boxes. It is the text boxes in base card container. Seem to be getting same. Using the script since used to have a fixed match. Since its parent might not be a dimension. Whoa, hee-ho, wala pa mole. Ah. Oh gosh, I did it again. I'm just spilling everywhere today, guys. Why am I spilling so much? I don't know. I can't seem to get this right today. Ugh. Such a messy day to me. Probably because I'm feeling, oh my gosh, I'm feeling rushed today. I'm feeling rushed. Like there's so much I want to get done, and there's so much I am not getting done. It's never enough, I tell you. I want to start working on the actual simulation. You know, that's kind of the cool thing. That is the goal of the dream of this app, right? So I got to start spending the next weeks on actually making something, even if it's not attached. Just simulate, you know, put the coolness out there in the world, you know. Start showing the app has a purpose in life, you know. All right. Well, no more pouring that mess. All right. See what it says here. Scaling issue analysis. Based on your clarification that text boxes within the card container aren't resized, I can identify if you mentioned Text Mesh Pro component overrides. Looking at your code in GameCard.cs, there's a critical method. Adjust font size. Calculate a base font proportional to the card's height and all text mesh pro components in the game card and its children. For each text element, X elements, enable text element resizing. The method is directly manipulating text sizes independently of your percent rect transform component. This could be overriding sizes that your percentage-based component is trying to apply. The percent rect transform script might be running before other component adjustments. Try moving text resize logic to late update instead of update. All right, so instead of update, is it on update? So late update. This would mean after everything has gone in. The percent rect transform script might be running before other component adjustments. Try moving text resize logic to update instead of update. Nesting rect transform conflicts. If your text boxes have both a parent with rect transform, their own percent rect transform, nested calculation might be conflicting. The parent container changes cause the child's container to be recalculated based on constantly changing values. Ensure text components don't have conflicting settings. Simplify the hierarchy. Consider flattening your UI hierarchy for these problematic elements. Ensure the direct parent of the text has a stable, predictable size. How would I ever have a stable, predictable size if the card is resizing? That's not going to work. It could be related to I understand the logic, but it would be difficult to make sure the parent has a stable, predictable size, seeing as the card changes size depending is displayed and all the text is contained in a parent on that object. Simply by nature of being on a resizable object, none of the objects, in the prefab will ever have a stable, predictable size. Predicate for predicate. Predictable size. All the text is contained in a parent on that object. Simply by dynamic text box resizing strategy. You're absolutely right about the dynamic nature of these cards. Let me suggest a different approach on text boxes and dynamic containers. default text component. This is specifically for text elements and dynamic containers. Font scaling logic automatically scales text based on parent container size changes. Late update execution ensures this runs after all their layout changes. Now yeah, that might work. But I don't think I want the font part because I need the font to be fixed. Dynamic is a problem because if they're not all, I still need apply percentage based rect, scale text relative to container, late update. So this is going to make the text boxes go last. Initialize void. Where is the on? I didn't even know late update. Oh, there it is, late update. I probably won't scale text relative to container this way. Because if I scale text relative to container, or no, because I need to be able to, I need to have it be a fixed size that's dependent on but that font thing is happening last. All right, let's try this. All right, so is it still within percentage base rect? Could probably add it to the same thing, but let's not. Let's go. Let's create a new one. Add new. We'll say percent based rect. Rect transform text box. Oh, why can't you just put it on? You know, I'm working in C#. Like, why is that a thing? Just defaults, man. The only time you should have to put it your own text if you're going to do something that's not the norm. The norm should be standard. All right, so let's go see. Sure, why not? Let's go here. And then we got to go to my. We'll see if this does anything first. It's kind of rewrote my thing, so we'll go here. Go to my rect transform. 0.7, 50, 75, 1. Supposed to be 0.5? Oh, it is 0.5. $75. 1.2. And right. Zero. All right, that's good enough. Oh, text size factor. So I can actually put in a text size factor? Yeah, see, that's going to be a problem still. Because even if I wanted to do text size factor, I don't know what the factor is going to be in most cases. If I say too small, too big, I mean, I can go, by default, it's going to be 0.4. But Maintain text size ratio. I don't know what that means either. All right, well, let's do this. Let's see what happens. Really, my primary concern at this moment is just to see that one of my texts looks fine. If one of my texts looks, whoa. Is that right? I didn't. Actually, I might be right. But let's see what it does if I stop this. Because I forgot to shrink my box. This should be like half. I'll say 49 or 51. And then we'll try it again. Now that should technically shrink my text. Or at least I hope so. I didn't do anything. Although it does look better than all the other ones. Why is it not shrinking? Even though it's supposed to be a 51%. And all right, let's go to the card name here. We'll remove this one. And we'll have here, and we're going to go transform text box. And we're going to go shrink, oops, nope. And then don't need to do too much with the right, but we do need to do a little bit. And left, same thing. And bottom. Just go all the way up to there. I'm trying to see if this box does anything different. You can see that's gargantuan and totally outsized. It did keep it, so we'll say file save. Some things stay, some things don't when you come out of a... Adding objects does not stay. Don't add objects. Just saying. Don't add objects when you're in build mode. Oh, no, none of my buttons work. Not sure what just happened. I can't, oh, wait, what? Why did one of them work? None of the other ones work. Is it just really slow? Is it doing something really slow? Click. Yeah, I think the still stuff going on. That one's worse than my other one. Because my button is here. It's my raycast target. My image does not have raycast target. I think the problem is my button. Oh, my button is covering the whole thing. But I don't know if my text is blocking it or... This doesn't have a raycast target too, does it? I don't know what text size ratio is. take that off. I don't think my text size is the problem. I don't know why it was thinking that was a problem. What does this do? Enable RTL editor. Real-time editing. Now I didn't create it as a, I mean text mesh is just, they're all text, right? Sometimes it's label. My gosh, it's 2 o'clock. Come on, Ken. This is taking too long. This is not something that should be taking this long. And why is my... It's kind of interesting how some of that stuff... It's like it's in the upper corner. It's like my buttons only got an upper corner positioning. And that's not sizing correctly at all, at all, at all. I don't think I can edit these, right? Why is that not like changing its size? Let's see if I can get any kind of a response. Like go, I don't know. Let's see what happens if I say 0.04. Can we leave? I don't think that's gonna work. Nope. It's like none of these work. If I click on the bottoms, if I click on the upper corner, they work. So we're definitely got something weird now. Man, it was cool. It's kind of cool. It works good for these two parent components, parent objects, but my text boxes refuse to play the game. Whatever's going on, they don't want to play the game. And I don't know why. Even, really doesn't matter what controller I use, my text boxes don't like it. So I disabled, I'm gonna stop this. And I'm gonna disable my image one. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe it's not really working. Maybe I did something else and it's working because of other things. Oh no, my image definitely does not show up without that box checked. I mean, it can't fix itself while it's in the middle of a run, but... And notice how my stuff looks all scrambled over here, but when I hit stop and go to my image, turn that back on, which is already back on. If I go to my text box here and get rid of this thing, add a component, and we put back this one, and I resize. 0.5, 51, 75, 1.2. I say override rect transform. And that one's there. that one we're going to take all of the, see if that does anything. I just totally disabled it completely. No more custom sizing for that one. I think it's definitely doing something. It's just not doing something correctly. So we back to having text box up there, but we don't have. My button is still all. What is the deal? How come? Neither one of those is doing anything now. So oh, why isn't that on? It's not going to do anything. It's got to I think that's got to be doing whatever it does. I thought by default that was on, but maybe not. Nope, that put it right back where it's supposed to be. That's what the problem was there, but it still doesn't explain this guy's problem. Team mastery. Still not totally sizing itself correctly though. Now it could be an issue with, like I say, it's a late thing. So it's kind of like the order at which it runs, which could be tripping stuff up. And I noticed that my card name is totally not working. Matt, are you ready to go back upstairs? Come on. Come on, Reba. Let's go. All right, let's try this again. All right, so we got, man, it's crazy. This is just like, so the, man, it's working for two of the components. I don't understand why it doesn't work for the other components. This one isn't going to do anything while it's running. I wish I could refresh this somehow. It's like I could just turn this on and let it refresh, because it won't rebuild. Nah. All right, I gotta keep stopping it. Card image works. Why doesn't card text? But these two guys aren't even using a component to resize themselves, so they are what they are. But the button is getting somehow covered or not triggered. Turn off card image recast. I think it's some other object must be sitting on top. I'm gonna see if I can push this thing down to the bottom. Let's just see if that makes a difference on order of processing. Even more so, since I don't think the button. It's just gonna stick the button on the outside, and we'll put it underneath. see if that fixes my button at least. Take it out of the nonsense that is all the cards, all the resizing stuff I'm doing. Perfect. Yep, okay. That fixes the button problem. I'm going to try something else. Let's try one more thing here. I am going to take my card name. We're going to put it here. And it's just going to be fully dependent on whatever the size of that thing is. The container it's in is not going to be the impetus. So the card name is no longer being controlled at all. I'm still using my text box one though. And it still doesn't work. So the text box one is definitely flawed. Wait, where am I? Oh. Let's see if that does anything. Just trying to get one thing working. If I can get one thing working the way I want it, we'll be on a roll here. So that's not even displaying right now. I mean, it's displaying there. Which is fine, but where is it on here? If it's supposed to be sizing to its parent. All right, so we're going to stop this one. This text box one doesn't seem to be as effective. So let's go here. I'll do the not text box one. We'll just, I wish I could do that. Bottom, right, and left. See if that one's any more effective. So this should at least show the text. The text isn't even showing up on here. See, that put the text where it's supposed to be. So the text and its font and the size are all good on this screen. But when I click, it's not, which means a couple things. One, I think it's resizing incorrectly. I think it's got a resize element that's not mapping itself correctly to the percentages. I think that's what's got to be happening. What it's doing exactly, I can't say yet, but we definitely have issues with their stretch. I'm just trying to see if there's any commonality between any of these, because everybody's off by some extent. So let's go look at my script. This is the rect transform, edge distance, we serialized our percentages. On enable. In editor, always apply for visual feedback. Initialize. Rect transform get component. If transform.parent. We do have a parent, so that's not the issue. Now, the one here, it looks so much busier. I mean, like, this is just, you know, a few little functions. They do their thing and they're done. The other one just has a lot going on. At least I feel like it does. Maybe it's not. Scale text. Well, that does the scale text thing, which I don't know. Is there a? Do my text boxes don't have anything else in them, right? I mean, they're not being driven by some other sub object. No, card name doesn't have anything. It's just what it is. And card name is wrong. It's not even inside of an object. I can't even blame this thing. It's not even inside of any object. But if it's going by the parent, it's almost like the parent, which is this, is not being considered. It's like it's sizing itself to the size of this parent. This parent, not this parent. So it's like whatever size my canvas is. But what would be, now this guy has a rect transform. Can I do something like immediate window here? Is there an immediate window? Let's attach this. And then go to my media window. And because the only thing that's constantly running is every time I close one, I should be resetting it. So that's a text box. So let's see what's being called first. On enable. So we'll go, who's the first guy that's getting sized here? Let's go ahead and run this. My head is clear. I'm sharp now. I can feel it. I can feel the sharpness in my brain's focus now. It took me until 2 o'clock in the afternoon to get there, but earlier I wasn't too bad, but it's getting there. All right, so I want to see what object we're working with. Can I want to do it. Let's see, actually, application on enable. What am I working with here? Initialize. We're gonna initialize. Transform. Rect transform. Equals. So where is this thing? Oh, it's right here. Void transform dot parent. Oh, that's getting the component of the parent. All right, so let's go here. Now we're gonna, so let's see if I have a name. Let's see if I can get an object name. Rect transform dot name. Play info text panel. Okay, so the play info text panel sets first. And Calculate the margins based on percentage of parent size. So we know what the parent size is. Now, does any of this stuff happen simultaneously? Because I could see me having a problem with parent objects if they happen simultaneously. So let's do a debug.print. So we're going to go, let's see if there's any scrambling of order here. Debug.log. We're going to go rect transform dot name. And let's see, is there any objects? There is. That's the object, but the message is what I want to put first. We're going to go rect transform size set for comma. No? Alright, so how do they do the debug.log? Do they put, I think they put it in brackets of some kind. I haven't tried to do a debug.log on my own. I've been letting it give me the code. But sometimes you just got to stop doing that for at least a little while. Oh, it's in squiggly brackets. Okay. Squiggly brackets. Which is a lot like React, actually. It does the same thing. Unless, of course, it's not. Did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Log. Well, I don't want log error because that's not what I'm doing. Debug.log. Oh, I have to put a $sign in front of my text. Alright. Let's try that again. Learn to write your comments, Ken. Where's the $sign? I lost it. There we go. Probably should put that where it's defined, though. Alright. We're going to remove this. F5. We're going to see if any of these run out of order. Stop. And I don't think my version skipping. 0 skip due to version. They shouldn't be loading. None of them have changed. Well, it's loading them into cache. Which, I don't know, my cache probably clears during editor mode, I suppose. Alright, let's see what happened. Because that should have ran about 10 times. Just the font size. Configuring card for play. Adjusted font size. Configuring card for play. None of this. Didn't I just put in a bunch of text calls? Debug log, rect transform set. Where's rect transform? Playbook service. Already hash using game card. Playbook service. Image already cached. Image already cached. Game card loading. Image for motion. Okay. Why didn't my percent rec trans? Oh, purtly butts. I didn't hit save. Gosh darn it. No, anything but that. Slow yourself down by doing stuff like that, kid. Oh, that's already got these. Rec transform size set for card name. Card image, card name. Oh, here's an interesting thing. Oh, it's doing it for each one. So I should have one for every one of them, I guess. But the only thing, okay, so the last thing was card image got set, which is interesting because card name followed by play info text. Are these in any kind of real order? Look at that. I want to see if any of these are in real order. Because there should be a repeating process, right? So text, team mastery. Text, team mastery happened for two different cards. Card name followed by the playtext panel followed by team mastery. So playtext. Yeah, I think the issue is things out of order. Because look, if I go play info text panel, the next thing is team mastery. That's fine. But down here, I have card name, card image, card name again. These are all things that are at the top. Team mastery comes next, then card image, card name, and then text info play info text panel again with nothing after it, with a card image after it. That's it. So the order of things is definitely a thing. Huh. We are not getting a consistent order. What we want to see is something like things at the top level processing before things at the bottom level. No. What we need to do, it's just basically loading everything and just throwing it in there, and it's not locked into the parent. So what we need to do is allow for the parent to somehow finish resizing first. Is there a way? Sure, there's got to be a way. Let's see what AI says. Okay, so I put a debug statement in, and I see that many objects load either without regard to the yet size without regard to the current state of the parent. Which might explain a lot of things. Because if this is getting called and it got all these different objects, I could actually do something to make it a little bit more clear as to what's happening. But what if I go something like, let's go to my initialize event debug, set for, let me say, of play. What is the do I know the name of the play from at this point? I may not know the name of the play at this point. But still, the log all seems to be scattered. I mean, that's a pretty good clue. I mean, because the rect transform, I mean, this stuff doesn't even have the name unless it's been written down, and that's only if the card name has been played. So I can't really look at the value of card played, card name, because it may not be loaded yet. I see that many objects load without regard to the current state of the parent, which, as you say, might have parent resizing after the child. Text boxes. The late update does not work. Can you think of a way that I can force child objects to wait for the parent to be resized? Putting in a flag checkbox that my checkbox has percent resizing parent that would make it wait. That would make it check parent for a state set after it is done signing. I feel like that could work. So like if the object sets a state that says, hey, I've resized complete or whatever, the child would look for resize complete in the parent, and by default it would be false. Right, the timing issue is critical here. Late update isn't sufficient because it doesn't guarantee that parents will update before children. Hierarchy. Is this actually showing me? How this solves your problem. Parent-child coordination. The has resizing parent flag explicitly tells a child to wait for its parent to finish resizing. Stability detection. The coroutine looks for size stability over several frames instead of just applying once. Active notification system. Parents mark themselves as resize complete, which children can detect. Resize trigger on size. Resize trigger on size changes automatically detects when parent sizes change and restarts the resize process. Debug mode helps you track the sequence of resize operations with console logs. On your parent containers that resize, like card container and this updated component, on your text boxes within the container, add this same component. Check the has resizing parent box, set your percentage-based margins if needed. The approach should ensure their text boxes wait for their container card to finish resizing before they apply their own percentage-based positioning, solving the timing issues. All right, let's try that. Okay, sounds like I got it to do what I wanted to do. So let's go back to my %rec transform. It's funny how I changed the name to match my code here. So percent apparent. Is it kind of doing all this? Okay. Track resize state. That's fine. Hide in an inspector. I didn't know that was a thing. Hide in inspector. You can set properties that are hidden in inspector. Private void enable. Alright, I'm going to try it. And then we're going to go, assuming nothing's broken, which I hope nothing is, no errors. I'm going to go back to my object here. Can hit stop. Oh, I'm already in stop mode. Okay. And then we're going to go, let's try. So you got to put it in the parent, if it has a parent. So, so this guy, I don't know why card name needs to be in there, but we're going to, I mean, it could be resizing before anyway, but if we know that the parent object add this component to that object. So we're going to call it, that's what it's called, right? %rec transform, okay. We're going to go back here, add %rec transform. And has, nope, debug mode. Override, don't want that. I kind of like the debug mode. Let's see what that does. Let's put that on. All right, now we'll just do one thing. We're going to do one thing. We're going to go card image. And this does have a resizing parent. And let's do card name also. Card name, we're going to go ahead and put it back up here. Right there. And has a resizing parent? Yes. And let's see what debug mode does there. Those are just the first two. Let's play with those, title and whatever, and see if anything happens. All right, click here. Looks good on those ones. I mean, we got the images still in place. That's good. And we've got our text. Text looks like it's in pretty good place. Let's click on here. Okay, so we still didn't quite, that's interesting. We actually saw the jump of the image resize itself. All right, so a console.log, resize complete. Margins, 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 margins. Parent complete. Waiting for parent base card dimension panel to finish resizing. Still waiting. Parent size. Final size. Margins. Parent size, parent size, parent size. Resize complete. Final size. Card name and card image. So we did resize these things. But I don't know where that image is, that problem is. Playbook plays container should have a content size filter component. Content size fitter component. Playbook plays container. They don't have a content size fitter. Playbook plays container. I don't really care about that right now. Not running that object. So card name, card image, card name, card image, card name. So we are at least running them in order, but we are waiting a lot. Resize complete, final size 700. Resize complete, final size. Is that right? It's really hard to say. I don't think that's right. I mean, I don't know if it's right. You can't, there's no way to know what this size is. So it's kind of like a mislead. But my text still isn't showing up correctly. It shows resize complete, final size. So this card name is getting set last and waiting until it's there. But for some reason, I still feel like it's resizing to the wrong object. Because it's not even inside of the box. It's like my... It's like... how is that even fitting in there? By forcing it to be inside of him, and I don't even have him doing anything but just being his normal self. And it's there, everything shows up, but my text boxes are just refusing to play the game. I mean, the image worked perfect. In fact, you can even see it jump into place. It's like, yeah, that worked exactly right. And then card name fires, and it does not jump into place. It's as though the font... I wonder if it's the font that's out of whack. You know, like the font got set first. Let's go look at my font sizing. It's like the font is just outsizing my box, which would be a total broken piece of mess, but I can fix that. So apply resize, filter. So we have to go to, yeah, I think the problem is that my box, playbook service, I forgot where my font resizing is. Load play image, image. Nope. Is it game card? It's probably in the game card. Font. Let's see here. Let's go here. So if it's supposed to be based on card size, let's do a debug.log. Let's get the rect transform of the card. Calculate a font based on the thing, the text elements. For each text element in, so we're doing this. Let's see if this runs first. I bet you this is running first. Debug.log. Text box size updated to base font size. And we gotta go all the way back here, put a $sign in, and put a squiggly. Oops, nope. It's not a squiggly. Go back here, try again, let's see what's happening. Pretty sure my buttons are all going to get disconnected because that's what happens when you do this. Resize complete. Close. Nope, yep, it's not going to work. I gotta start it again. Right. Click here. We've got a bunch of stuff. You can see that if my font thing, oh boy, did I not save? No, I saved. I don't even see my text box size. It's supposed to be text box size updated to. It's supposed to be text box font size. Text box font. Let's go back. Boy, if text box font fired before all of these guys did this. Size complete. Where is text box font? Text box size updated to 7.2, which isn't font. So this is firing way before everything else. No wonder my font size is adjusting way after everything else. Way before I've even finished resizing all my elements. That's the problem. That is the problem with the fonts. They are like, it is so far ahead of the game. How do I move that to post? So let's go back here. So I can see why my font is way wrong. Now it seems my controls, my objects, text box might be loading in correct order, but this font resizer is firing before all the objects are loaded. How best to set this so it runs last? It runs after. Everything is loaded. And move it to the another There's got to be a way to put this somewhere else during processing so that it fires last. Now, I don't know if the game card is it, because maybe the game card's loading and it does all of its stuff, resizing, la 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 la. But after the game card is loaded is when these should happen. So after everything is complete with the game card. Because this should be something that happens after everything's resized and put itself in place. And then we adjust the font. It's Friday. I'm excited. I don't know why I'm excited. Nothing really going on. But I kind of just, sometimes when I'm on a roll, my brain is like, okay, I've got things going. Things are kind of coming together. I want to get more done. And I just run out of time. Time just goes, time's gone. Sorry, can't do anything. It's 3 o'clock. I've got 2 hours left in my day. Hard configure. This happens immediately after configuration before layouts are applied. Meanwhile, yeah. Solutions. Move font adjustment to late update in game card. All right, so add to game card CS. Instead of immediate adjustment, schedule it. Needs font adjustment, true. Okay. All right, let's go here. I don't know if I need the needs font adjustment. Let's just do a font adjustment. It's going to need a font adjustment. I mean, it does that. I'm setting these things all by dynamic. So let's go to late update. Do I have late update in here? This can go away. This is no longer a thing. Late update. Late update. Start, private, on enable. Nope. Guess we'll put it at the bottom. Get rid of that too. Actually, there's a lot I could probably get rid of now that I've... This resizing is so much more efficient. Or not, I don't know about efficient, but it's so much better in... Let me do this. As far as assuring I get sizing correct, I hope. I mean, so far, I have high hopes. I got high hopes. Even though a man can't learn unity in a day, I've got high hopes. Delete by... What is this? Oh, I gotta go create this function that it wants me to use. Yeah, I can see delaying a little bit. Let's just, you know, it's the last thing going on. We're going to let everything fire. I don't need this. That thing doesn't need to happen. And let's go to I don't need to add that because that's not a thing. I don't need to add needs font to just... We're getting rid of that. All right, and then it says add event callback from %rect transform. Add an event to your %rect transform that notifies when layout is complete. Okay. Notify text mesh pro components if needed. Add to add %rect transform.cs. Rect transform. So it's putting this at the top. I don't know. Resize complete. Resize in progress. This is kind of a weird thing. I don't know. It feels a little... It's a little clunky, to be honest. But once it works, it's going to be cool. Cool, man. I said it. That's right. Apply resize at the end. In the apply resize coroutine, we're doing coroutines. I don't like coroutines. I'm not happy about coroutines. Game card CS on enable. First, did you? Oh, let's go to game card. On enable. On enable. Please update these updates to not use coroutines. Don't like coroutines. Coroutines is a weird thing. It's also considered even by AI standard is considered legacy. I mean, it's like it's an old way to do things, and yet it keeps giving me that. When you ask it, a lot of times it'll go, "Oh yeah, if you want to get rid of this legacy process, we can use the newer." And I'm like, "Well, let's use the newer all the time. Why are you even defaulting to the old stuff? What the heck?" Oh, you mean you want to do this in a not outdated version? Coroutine free version of your %based rect script that uses late updates instead for more reliable positioning. Okay. %based rect. Okay. %rect. Percentage base. Why does it do that? Changing the name of stuff. Stop doing that. Right. One more time. And you do this to me again without changing the name of existing objects or methods. Unless the new objects are, unless the old object is no longer required. I hate it when it does that. AI loves to change the names of stuff. 3 times it's changed the names of my class. I had to either ignore it. A lot of times I have to ignore it. I'll ask it for stuff and it'll go, oh, well, here's your new class. Bzzz. Oh yeah, and I changed the name. It doesn't tell you it changed the name. You go, oh, you put it in, all of a sudden things can't find this object. And you're like, oh, you changed the name, you big doodle head. See? Public class, percentage-based rect. I don't, what? You're dumb. Percentage-based rect. Percent rect transform. It's because I just call it rect because rect transform is what it's called in the inspector. So I called it a percent rect transform. Keep it simple. And, you know, kind of have it a simple straight across. But it goes and goes percentage-based rect. It just decides it needs to be a different name. And so now I've got to go through here and figure out what's different. Actually put tooltips in? Why suddenly tooltips? All right, well, that's fine. I mean, I like tooltips. Who doesn't like a good tooltip? But that means I have to select all this code because now it's all like, I have to skip through. I really don't like the coroutine crap. And it keeps giving it to me, and I don't even notice it sticks it in there sometimes. But I'll be working with the code, and I'll be like, wait a minute. You put a coroutine in on me. You snuck it in. Get rid of that nonsense. All right. Now. What else did you do? Oops, it's not even the right. Go away. We're not working with you right now. You are not my current favorite. Add this to your game card CS script. All right. Game card CS. Adjust font size based on card size. Update font size. Add this method. Let's go with this. All right, fine. Did I put in a late update? Wait, what are we looking at? Wait, I make sure I'm looking at the right file. This is card size. Okay, game card, I mean. Game card, we have zoom, adjust font size, update, late update. Okay, so we have late update and update. I'm not sure. If the pointer's down, increment the timer. What is the timer for? Pointer down timer. Check if the hold duration has been met. Oh, that's for that thing. So we're gonna just totally rewrite that, right? I don't like the resize factor. I like it to be mathematical. The reason I don't like the font size factor, which is kind of what the font adjustment is. It's a font size factor. It doesn't allow for standardizing all of my text boxes. Because if I have 9 objects showing, they can have different size fonts because each one will load and resize according to its font size factor. And you need to define a consistency out of every one. So if it's based on card size, that's one thing, but oh, wait a minute. It is doing that. Oh, never mind. What do I know? Earlier it totally overwrote what I was doing, so I was like, no, I don't want that. But okay, it's never mind. I thought it was getting rid of that. I don't know why I didn't see it. All right, so we got that thing. Okay, so the only thing that broke here. Let's see. I don't want to make sure I didn't. Okay, we're fine. Now we're probably got a couple of problems here because I'm pretty sure I have multiple things in here. So I've got late update and late update again. So we got to get rid of this. And then pointer, reset pointer state. Just font size, update. Pointers down. Increment the timer. Used for on hold actions. Just want to put it in there so it's descriptive. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got that. Fix your game card font issue. In your game card at CS, add this field. Adjust font size, adjust font size. These can be put at the top because I don't want these at the bottom. Font size factor. It's gonna have to be some kind of a default. What the heck, man? Default value. All right. Are we all set? Maybe, kind of, sort of, in a way. All right, let's go test this puppy. Gonna run this guy over in my. Oh, look. Look, it's time to replace my current AI. There we go again. OpenAI unveiled a research preview of a new software engineering agent on Friday, pushing forward in one of the most in-demand areas for artificial intelligence tools. The agent, known as Codex, will be able to perform several tasks at the same time, including writing code, fixing bugs, running tests, answering questions about a customer's code base, blah, blah, blah. It is built on a model called Codex 1, a version of OpenAI's o3 reasoning model. Why did I hesitate there? I don't know. Optimized for software engineering and will be available for ChatGPT Pro, team, and enterprise users. OpenAI said it is now looking to double down on coding, a red-hot area that has seen rising investment from Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Anthropic, and startups like AnySphere, which developed the popular tool cursor. Oh, is it 320 already? Oh my golly. It's also in talks to acquire AI coding startup Windsurf for $3 bajillion. Geez, I didn't even know that was a thing. According to a Bloomberg report, declined to comment on the potential acquisition. Windsurf declined to comment. While OpenAI is the 800-pound gorilla when it comes to consumer-facing chatbots, it doesn't have the same status in coding, according to Wayne Chi, a doctorate student from Carnegie University, who built a system for evaluating model performance for software engineering. So far, the Sonnet models from OpenAI competitor Anthropic are the go-to choice for many developers, Chi said. And while different models have different strengths in various areas of coding, the Sonnet models seem to have some staying power at the developer community, said Chi. But things are changing so fast it is too early to declare a winner. Model has been rapid adoption since it launched and is best performing non-reasoning coding model in some comparison tests. Codex will transform the way developers work by helping them delegate more tasks. Well, should I use an accent? OpenAI, most of today's coding tools work in tandem in the real time with developers. Codex works on its own in the cloud and delivers an output in 1 to 30 minutes. OpenAI also said the tool could be a better job than its competitors at inferring an organization's coding style as well as helping with code reviews. It is fundamentally a new way of working. Narayanan said about using the agent, he added that the company will be collecting feedback during the research preview, which the company described as a graduation introduction of technologies to mitigate risks, advances research, and promote user understanding. We're still in the fairly early phase, so we're going to have to learn a lot, he said. New Code, owner of Wall Street Journal, has content licensing open partnerships with OpenAI. It's actually kind of hard to read and understand when I'm reading in an accent, because my brain is like working on the accent and it's not necessarily doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is actually understanding the content. So let's go ahead and run my code. Let's hit save and let's see where we're at. Do we have any bugaboos? Nothing that's showing except for these two errors. Let's hit stop because that's the thing. Now I'm not totally sure what the result is going to be here. I'm hoping it'll be better. I'm going to have some more logging. I'm going to have some text messages. We're going to find out what's actually running here in a minute. Let's see. Preloaded 10 of 10 plays. Started preloading play. So we haven't done anything in here. Now we're going in here. We did load a bunch of stuff. Image already cached. Playbook service logging using cache images. So code. Configuring. So we did update text. You know what? I think my text call didn't fire. It looks fine, but that's not going to help me any until I click here. You can see we're still out of the wonky zone. And we didn't get a lot of my, I think I accidentally wiped out a lot of my debuggers, my debug lines. Darn garnet. I got to go put my debug lines back. So the problem here is we have my rect transforms firing. Oh, this one I didn't change at all, so this one should be okay. Which means, I thought I had debugging in here. game card. Where is my update text component? Force update. Check if parent rect has changed. Set the anchors to stretch, filling the parent. Oh, it did. Gosh dang it. I asked it to get rid of certain crap values, and it did, but it took out my debug comments. And now I have to go through and put them all back in again. I'm not the fan of that. Why does it do that? It's like, oh, you don't need these anymore. It also got rid of my debug mode. Why did you remove the debug mode option? And all my other debug.log statements. I don't know if it knows what I used to have, unfortunately. Which means I'm going to have to do a thing I hate doing, which is going to be going Control A, Control C, and opening up a new note and go But does it? Because I don't know. How did it know what it was before? On enable, %rect transform enabled. Debug, image applying rect transform parent size. Huh? I guess I did kind of put it back. Let's see what it does. See if I got me a better look at my code now. I'll stop this. So it's a pain. I just spent all day on just getting this thing to do Zoom correctly. There's so many things that are just goofy. I do a thing and it takes all day. It's like, why can't I just work on a thing and it'll get done and I go on to the next thing? In Unity, everything is a thing. There's no such thing as just quick and simple. Started preloading play images and play, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I haven't gotten to my playbook. All right, now we're in the playbook. Applying rect transform, margins, updating text mix pro. Okay, well, I still don't know which one's run first because I have card name, card image, card name. So card name was the last one, which looks pretty good on here. Now we click here. We're still totally totally wrong in size. But the issue was that my font was updating in the wrong order. And set zoom, base card, dimension panels. I have to go back into my, let's go set my log again on my font setter. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need that. And then we're going to go to my card. So let's see if any of this works. So we're going to go here, void, set zoom size, adjust font. And this should technically run twice. Let's see if this goes here. If we're actually landing. We also want to say debug.log updating font size text controls. Update font size. So update font size, which is the actual method. And we'll put it in here to see if we're actually getting to this. Late update check. Yeah, let's just see what happens. All right, so we had to hit save. Go back here. Stop. Alrighty, let's see if I can get this guy to roll. Oops, go here. Update font size for text controls, late update check. Alright, so let's see how far we are. So, we haven't actually attempted to run the control panel. There we go. Now. Oh, it is. It is going nuts. Hello? Oh, wait, we're in a loop. We're so in a loop. Okay. That is, yeah, we're so in a loop. The late update check is constant. I feel like it's not supposed to keep doing that. I mean, maybe, but there's no changes going on, so I don't know why it would. I probably don't need to make this a thinky thing. I could probably go back to regular. Oh. I guess that's normal, so I don't want to put a comment in there. But also, How do I know if font size needs updating? Shouldn't I break here at least once? That's what I would think. I mean, I should break, and then when it's done, I'm glad I didn't put a. I mean, I just have to remove the break, but how come? Oh wait, did we break? Why am I not breaking here? All right, let's hit stop. We are having an issue. And then we'll attach to Unity and try again. I don't know why it says it's not going to get hit. I have a lot of debug comments in there. I gotta fix a lot of. I gotta get rid of a lot of that. One of these days, I'm gonna have to put. There's gonna be a point where I have to go through and just spend a day or so finding all my debug log statements and converting them into either get rid of them, putting them into a log to database function. Where when things happen, errors, bugs, anything. Because right now everything kind of goes to the database anyway. I'm storing a lot of stuff in the database, but I'm going to want to keep some kinds of information. You know, so this way I can keep, I want to have a trace of everything. So I want like every method, blah, blah, blah procedure that goes on to kind of have a trace. And if it can go through an entire session, I might delete the session. You know, just delete the session every time. Like I'll have a session log within my log. So there'll be a, when an app starts, it's a session ID. And then we'll have like all of the events that happen while the player's playing. And then at the end, when they quit or shut down or anything happens to disconnect, it'll check to see if there was any errors, and you know, delete the session if needed. This way, we just keep our log as clean as possible. Because we don't need to keep it forever. It's just when there's errors and stuff. I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, so where was I? Trying to trace my problems. So we got everything reconnected. Let's run it and see where we're at. Any luck, we'll get closer. There you go. How goes it? Alrighty, let's see here. Well, we definitely broke. I mean, it's not broken. Broke like we broke at our breakpoint. So we hit this, which is good. What's my state of this thing? False. Okay, do we ever get to a point where it's true? That's a question. I guess I would think it would be true, but let's see if it's even triggering. All right, so if that's the case, then we don't ever have, it's either not notifying, updating text mesh pro font size. Okay, so that one actually updated correctly. So, because we got the font size updated to 7.2, which was the last thing it did. So we're good. Let's go there. Now this one, so, okay, so what we're not getting is we have our parent size set, card name is supposed to be, but our text is, whoa, font size went up to 119. Schloink. Our problem is our calculation for our font size is the problem. Because there is no way that that's our text, our font size. I mean, what is the calculator there, man? Let's go to update font size. Update font size. Where's that at? On pointer reset. Set zoom size. Where are you at? Update. Oh, dang it. Update font size. Oh, it's squished. So whatever this logic is totally wonky. Font size factor. And it must be using that, right? Find all text mesh pro GUI UGUI components in the game card and its children. Base font size. Skip if the rect isn't valid yet. Base font size less than or equal to 0. All right. What? Oh, we got the font size factor right here. Times font size factor, which is, I mean, we should never be 119. Yeah, that should like never be the case. So let's do a debug.log. We're gonna go updating. Whoops. Updating font for updating font for text boxes based on card height because it should never be 119. I don't know what, unless my font size factor is totally wonky. I mean, because 0.04 is a fraction of whatever. So, I mean, I guess I'll know in a minute. I gotta put the $ sign in here. Then we're gonna go here. Squiggly. Oops. and font size factor. Font size factor. All right, let's see what this does. Now we have to go here. Let's see if this actually prints this out too when I run this. I keep trying to see if there's any kind of live updates, even though it shows like it's recompiling and stuff. See, my buttons don't work anymore. Buttons. Oh, buttons, wherefore art thou? So, as you may or may not know about my side, what do you call them? My side hustles. I don't know, it's not a hustle. I don't know what it is. I act. You know, this little place up here. They do plays, and I haven't gotten a job yet where I actually get paid. But this is just a for fun thing. I don't have to pay anything, but so I'm in that, you know, neutral zone where it's just for fun, right? But they need people, and I've tried out, gotten parts in their plays, and it's a lot of kids. I mean, not like little kids, but youthful folk in their early 20s, even in their the mid to late teens sometimes. And there's also a couple of other adults that are doing it too, you know. So, but they're young adults, you know, late 20s, 30s, except for one other person who's probably in her 40s or so. She's younger than me, but still, it's fun. And so I'm actually the lead in this current play that I'm doing, which is kind of cool. Playing Vincent Price's part. But the next play they're doing is Romeo and Juliet. I don't see a part for me in that. I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know what part that would be for me in Romeo and Juliet. So, and plus, I don't know how you. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a weird ending. You know, I mean, not a weird ending, but you know I don't know. Let's see what this says for my font. Because it's saying font size 7.2. It loaded that one fine, but it's when you click on this that it goes wonky, right? So, updating TextBase Pro component. Percent transform enabled. Parent. Set zoom size. Update font size for text controls. Height 1700. And font size factor 0.07. So it is way bigger. And I don't think 0.04 is going to matter. It's still a lot. So that is a big font size. So that's part of my problem. I don't think my font size factors are going to be very, very kind. So I mean, I have to. What would I want that to fall to? So according to this, the height of my card. Why does it think my card is that big? That's what I don't understand. Why does it think my card is that big? I feel like it's not measuring the right thing. Like it's the entire thing and not my card. Because set zoom size card 680 by 680, but yet it's showing 1700 as the height. What is it reading for my font size? Rect transform. if I go, what is the updating font for text boxes in correct transform.me. Probably have to stop this again. Hate that my builds always break my buttons. Oh shoot. My gosh darn it. My wife, she asked me for help, and then sometimes I don't see the text, and I tell her, you know, of course I would help. Just make sure I know, because sometimes I don't have my volume on, so I'm not like getting beeps and boops and bleeps constantly while I'm online. But I said, you know what, don't worry about what I'm doing, just get it through. Huh. Whatever. Okay. Let's go see what happens. So we're running. Gotta stop it again. Start her back up. I have to fix this call to deinitialize loader without an... that might be from my compiling in the middle, though. I don't know if that's really a thing. Because you recompile the code, it kind of breaks everything. Alright, so we go here. 7.2, which is why it works, because it fills up this all good. So, but it's when I click here that things go weird. Still 119. I want to see what object it thinks it's reading. Set zoom size. Updating font for text boxes in game card v2 clone. See, it's... Nope, that's actually the object. Why is the card 1700 in height? Is that card really 1700 in height? Sheesh. Okay. So my factor's not going to work, obviously. I need to come up with a better factor for this. I wonder... What is it? Set zoom. What is my set zoom options? Can I go... Is that not being used anymore? Wait for 2 to 3 frames for layout to stabilize. Delayed font adjustment completed. Set zoom. Set zoom size. All right, so we are not, if we're calling this, calculates target size, use 80% of smaller dimensions. Well, it is doing a 0.7 here. But that's not going to work. That's just too freaking big. I don't know what the right size is, to be honest. It's like... But it's got to be smaller than that. Zoom size. Let's go to 1. Let's see if 1. How small is a 1 in that grand scheme of things? I would like to be able to set this. For an object. But I don't know how. I'd have to somehow come up with a way to set it. I mean, if I could do a UI set, but I don't know how I would do that because it's like, you don't know what it's loading it. If I could put it in the object that would be controlling it, like in the panel, but then the panel would have to be smart enough. Just go make sure I save this. All right, let's see what we do. Run it again. Let's see what the new font size is, because that is crazy big. 119 is not good. So 1/7 of 119 is still going to be pretty big, huh? It's still going to be big. Maybe it's smaller though, huh? Oh, wow. Look at that. It's almost readable. I mean, you know, it is readable in the sense that it's not all overlapping and craps a lot. Now, I haven't put my... oh, that's beautiful. It's actually beautiful. I mean, it doesn't look beautiful, but if you knew what the pains I've been going through, that's beautiful. Because all the things I expect to be working there are working there. So that is absolutely beauteous. I can't express how beautiful that really is. Okay, so now I'm not sure of the right amount. So font size 17, obviously not work, but double that is going to take it up to 34. If I go to point 2, and 34 is quite a big jump. So we'll see what that does, and we'll go ahead. We're going to go up to 0.2. We'll kind of adjust this to 0.2 right now. So 0.1 was pretty small, but 34 and 17 would be 51. 51 would still be pretty big, but it is a pretty big card. I'm going to go to 5. Yeah, let's see what that does. Now, the other thing I need to do is I need to actually go over here and apply my settings to the fields now. Get all the fields in there. I think at 4 o'clock, 1 hour before I shut down, I may actually be able to get this puppy finished. Gonna add component. It's gonna be a rect transform. We're gonna go up here and we're gonna say we're gonna go 0.5, and then we're gonna go from the right 50. I think it's 51 actually. No, this is gonna be from the right. Oh, from the right is what is it? 1.5? Nah, that's too much actually. Let's just go 1. Or even none. None's actually pretty good. We'll just go 0. And then bottom, I don't know. This one's got to be whatever that guy is. Bottom is 75. And left is 51. Okay. So bottom is 75. And left or right, no, left is 51. Am I right? Okay, so I can set text in here just to give it something visible. Can I set this to auto size? Just because, I mean, I'm going to turn off. I have the thing set to turn off auto size, but what this will do is allow me to see my stuff in my thing. It's going to turn off auto size in the code though. This just allows me to see it when I'm working with it. Let's actually turn that on for all these guys. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and set this one, and this one to have a component. And the tops I can't fix yet, but I do have to set their right to 51. And we're going to go their lefts are going to be like 1. Sure, 1's good. And then I got to do their bottoms, but I have to do that individually. And their tops, because bottom on this guy is going to have to be, well, actually, let's just use the slider. Do this one. Let's bring the top down. Bottom up. And then we have to do this guy. Top down. Bottom up. Actually, I could probably just leave him about there on the bottom. And bring the top down even farther. Tory lands kind of in the middle there. And I think I'll probably just pick one of these guys and set the font so I can keep them consistent. So like I can go here and then look at his font, which is 47. Okay, 47 it is. We'll just go like that. We're going to go control, oops. Dang it. There we go. They can look cleaner now on my screen. Now I can go click on the second of this guy. And I also need one for this guy and this guy. I'm going to go close that and add component, rect transform. And then we're going to set the distance from left to 51. And I got to separate them. To the bottom one, amount, and we'll set the top to there, and then we'll click on this percent here, and we'll set the top on him down to match about there, and the bottom up there. What is the match? Well, let's go ahead and do, can I click on this now? I still can't click on other things. I wonder why. Why is it not letting me click these items? Is it because the button is on top? Button's on top. Lame button. Can I put this underneath that now? Not visible. I gotta make sure that's not visible. I think that's part of what broke me before. All right, so let's see. This guy is set at 24, 51, 51. I'll set him at 51 as well. We're not perfect by any means, but we're getting closer. There's not really an easy way to drag and drop, because if I try, it'll screw things up. Oh, I didn't see what his thing was. 48, 51, 34. 41, 48. If I want him to go down some, let's go from the top, let's go 50. And from the bottom, we'll say 30. That's a little better. Yeah, so 50, 51, 30. 50, 51, 30. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and save. And what was the, let's go see what things look like. There was something else besides putting these guys in the right place. But I'll see what that is in a minute, because I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I increased the size, but I did do that. Look at that. Okay. Think we're good. Think we're good. I'm going to leave it alone while it zooms. Okay, so now I've got a zoomed in card with a decent looking title and all of my text that's going to be there with actual values at some point. I know they're just placeholders. But there we go, man. It's looking pretty cool. My little zoom button. Now, the only thing is I got to figure out now is how do I make this look like it's zooming in? That's the next big thing. I don't know how to make it look like. Right now it's just flash and it's there. But if there's a cool way to make this look like it's zooming in, you know, like zoom, that would be pretty dang awesome. But let's see if there's a way to do that. You know, the other option is, no, I'm good with it. No, I think I'm going to go with this. I don't want to do the other idea. My other idea would have been not good. I just realized there's flaws in it. Solved in my head already. Okay. I have completed that. I've completed it. I'm happy. It looks good. Yay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and see where what I can get going with this zoom out thing. Now that I have the zoom panel working, how can I add an effect to make it look like it is zooming from the card clicked? ending in the open zoom panel. This could be something I can't get done in an hour, because there's nothing in Unity, no task you could think of that is easy, short of dropping components on the screen. Even that, look at what I was doing. I spent all this time trying to resize components on the screen. I had to actually write a custom script to allow this card to resize itself based on wherever I'm displaying it at. Now, in the long term, it's going to be very useful. In fact, that script's going to be used in a lot of places. I'm sure of it. So that I can get things to size and be what I need them to be when I need them to be that. I can create a smooth effect between it says I can do it. Oh, sure, can you? Nothing goes that easily. Set up click handler for zoom paneler. I've already got that on card clicked. Zoom, show zoom panel. Create card and, well, I'm already doing that. First, modify the on card click callback in Playbook UI Manager to pass both the play data and the card's transform. Right. Set up click handler for zoom panel. I already have a card on click play data. Debug. Don't I already do that? I mean, that method is like so already there. Playbook UI Manager. Let's go to the Playbook UI Manager. Create game card. Don't I have that? Set up card handler for zoom panel. So am I doing something different? Oh, it's passing two things back to the zoom panel. It's adding this item. All right. Sure. All right, so now we got to go to create a card zoom animation manager. I would probably go under UI, right? Playbook. Put it in the common, because it's going to be used by plays, but not always in the playbook. All right, add new script. Oops, let's stop. Stop? Thought I was already stopped, but okay. Nope. Let's go back here. It'd be amazing if I got this done before I quit, before I stopped for the day. That would be just the first time in the history of forever that anything actually went good or quickly. Add new item. Card zoom animation. If this works, I would be, I mean, if it works quickly, card zoom animator, animator. All right, and we'll copy this and just throw it in because I don't need to. I say I don't need to do some things. I should probably look to see if it's doing stuff like coroutines, and it does some weird stuff. You have to tell it, don't write this with coroutines, you doodle head. All right. All right, now update Playbook UI Manager to use the animator, which means go to the Show Zoom panel. Let's just save. And Playbook Manager. Just close all the other tabs. Clear up some memory there. All right, so let's see what it does. Show Zoom panel. Wait, what? Control F. Show Zoom panel. All right, here we go. It's little bit more meaty. It's okay. Oh, add field for zoom animator. Huh? Add field for zoom animator. Oh, no. I don't want to do it that way, but I'm not going to serialize. I hate when they do that. Just call it directly, man. Why does it always have to go? It always wants you to do these UI connectors. Connect things through a UI thing. It's like, why? It's like, put your script in an object, have that object reference into the editor. And the thing is, then when you ask it to do stuff in the editor, it's like, oh no, I could just write you this code. It's like, no, I don't. The code goes in the code, and editor goes in the editor. Now, there are times when you have to plug things into objects that are in the editor. But if you're not using it, don't create objects in the editor just to have code that'll connect to an object. Just so that you can call it without using an instance. You can create an instance where these things will call themselves. But yeah, I don't know why it does that. It's dumb. Okay, so assuming it's not breaking my zoom panel, so I'm afraid of doing some stuff. All right, so show zoom panel called. All right, zoom panel check. Clear any existing content from the card container. Got it. Instantiate the game card prefab in the zoom panel. Got it. Configure the game card with the selected play. If zoom card not null. Okay, so we're doing this basically is the thing. Instantiate game object, but we're doing game card, zoom card object, get component, game card. Okay, so we're all rect transform. Basically, it's just updating what's inside of the zoom card. And we're doing the rect transform, and we're doing the configure play. And then playbook play ID. Calculate the target size for the zoomed card. All right, let's see what happens. Let's take this whole thing and I need to add this to my instantiates. And then after all that, we're done. And we have to animate zoom card. Hi, enumerator, animate zoom card. We'll put this in right there. And then set up the hierarchy. Okay, so I don't want to set up the hierarchy. Create simple back animation optional for closing the zoom panel with an animation. That would be kind of cool. Let's do that. Oh, we'll find out. All right. At workspace, need an update for this code where we use an instance of zoom animator rather than a serialized object. Let's see where we're at. How are we doing with the errors? Getting some errors? Zoom animator does not exist in the current context because I haven't created a serialized or source card rect. Does not exist in the current context. So there's some stuff here. I feel like it's time for me to eat some actual food again. What did I have today? I ate a piece of coffee cake and a bowl of cereal. But the bowl of cereal used 34 grams of protein milk. Not muscle milk, but it was milk with protein powder in it. So about 34 grams. It was chocolate milk. Milk with chocolate protein mixed with Rice Krispies. So it was like Cocoa Crispy flavored. Alright. Animate zoom. Dang it. Why do you do that? And then I'll replace that. What? Oh, no. How's it changing stuff here? Oh. Okay, now we're zoom card. Oh. What did I do? So that's everything from here to there. Configure the game card select play. Configure the game card select play. I'm having trouble talking because I ate those stupid nuts and they're sticking into my throat and they're making me cough. Okay, so the errors are gone. That's good. Percent text box transform dot text size vector. The sign but value is never used. All right, so that one doesn't use that anymore. Card zoom animator class. I have to go here. I know I have to create an instantiation for this, so we're going to have the default values for animations, duration, and curve. Animation settings, serialized fields, animation duration, animation curve. Okay, let's. All right, so now we just need to figure out what this is doing. Percent rect transform. I don't need this guy anymore. That can go away. It's no longer a thing. I like getting rid of warnings. Anything I can to keep things clean. I got to do some AI images at some point because I don't want to waste my AI images per day. I got to figure out what I need. I got to start making like lists of things I need. Probably more characters, creating more characters, because I may have to try to see if I can come up with other variations of stuff. It's like I might just take some of the characters I have, ask it to give me one without a background, no football, holding nothing in his hand, and standing facing you with the football gear. Have everybody built with orange and blue gear, just for consistently. And then I have to create colored meshes, but at least they will all have their one team color mesh built in. I should probably have like half one color and half the other, and build them all at the same, so that if I can build any characters, they're all. I'm either going to have some that have, but if I do all of them the same, I can make a team out of one, and then I would have to create some with different color. Maybe I can do that. Create an image and then do an alt. If I like the image that it gave me, pick one and say, can I have the same image with different color gear? And then just create like 2 colors of gear, so I can have on the left and on the right. And when I have my test characters will already have the color meshes they need. I would have to animate them separately because they would be different models, but might be worth a try. Looking at your code, I found that in the text transform class, you've defined text factor, but it's not being used anywhere, which is causing the warning. The issue is this class doesn't actually apply the text sizing logic, even though it has a field for it. Let's fix this by implementing the text sizing logic. No. Let's not fix it that way. Let's just remove it. Everything works. I have all this already. We can just remove instead of fix. All right, so we're going to go to my this guy, and header text sizing somewhere. Where is that? Is that like being snuck in somewhere else? Header text. All right, where the heck are you looking? Text box, text box transform. What? All right, I don't even know where that is. That's not where I thought it was. Where is all this? All right, I am totally confused. What are you talking about? Where is this? Where are you at, man? You're asking for things that don't exist. How? What are you... Percent text box transform. Oh, you know what? It could have been problem. It could have been. Oh, wait. Do I not have a percent text box transform anymore? Yeah, that's the problem. That's the thing I got rid of. Because I knew it was broken. All right, never mind. We're good. It just hasn't. It hasn't like attached anything yet. Alrighty. Well, we're getting there. Let's see what this does. This would be cool if it actually worked on the first try. Drum roll, please. Are we still getting that? Oh, it's still doing something. Still compiling, man. Take your time, code. I don't have anywhere to be. I've only got 30 minutes to make this happen. Or to pretend. It would be amazing if I could finish a day on a thing that actually happened, worked on the first try. Oh God. Lord, can it be? Can it be possible? Can we do one little cool thing in a matter of moments? I don't know. Is it the thing? We're about to find out. Here we go. Click play. I don't know. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative. Let's just click this. Let's see. We loaded it. We got some images. Click. Nothing happened. Whoa. Oh, we're just totally blown up. Yeah. Oh well. So much for the first try. Let's see what happens. Here. Let's see. Well, we're missing something. Stop. Go back. Try again. I gotta say though, it's a little less stressful to not let the agent just build stuff. I like using the agent sometimes, but it'll just make changes, and oftentimes it doesn't like ask you to confirm all of them. So you're like, going, oh, what are you doing? So it can be a little worrying, frustrating. We'll just go with that. I gotta check something quick. I use it. Gotta look something up. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, back to this. Alright, fix cards animator. When you dynamically create the cards animator component, the serialized animation curve field is null because it hasn't been set in the inspector. This error happens here. Card zoom animator awake. Alright. Is to initialize animation curve before checking the properties. So we gotta update the card zoom animator class. And the awake. Is the awake doing something else? Enumerator animation from card, transform, source card, vector 2, target size. Okay, so we're not doing anything there. And we're changing the awake. I don't know if we're changing the awake. Yes, we're definitely changing the awake. So we're going to do this. Do a quick close off. Are they changing anything up here? Canvas, canvas, serial, animation, conventional 0.3, animation. Okay. So things didn't work. And checking the animation is null before attempting to access the property. We initialize it with default ease in out curve. If it's null only, then we check if it has any keys defined. We'll see if it does anything. I'm not, like I said, things working on the first try or even second try. Well, let's get past the red. Okay, so if we don't get errors and it doesn't work, then we know we got problems, right? I mean, it's fundamentally wrong. If you've got no errors, if you have errors still, you can try to, kill the errors. See, we got the same problem here. Oh, that one looks pretty serious too. I mean, that one, when you have an error that is like 15 pages long, that one's significant. Let's see what you got to say about this one there, AI. That one is a significant error. It's going to take some serious reading. Missing components. There is no rec transform attached to the card zoom animator game object, but a script is trying to access it. Missing component fix for, okay. At around line 453 in the Playbook UI Manager. Okay, so we've gotten past the miracle point. The, hey, we're going to have a miracle first try. 453-ish. Let's see if it's right about the line. You're trying to access rec transform of a newly created game object. Oh, am I? Oh, yeah, kind of. Create the animator as a sibling to the zoom card. Animate object, transform set parent containers. The fix. When creating game objects for UI elements, you need to use a special constructor that adds a rec transform component. Here's the corrected order. Existing code. So we're going to go up through all this and go source. Source card, no. Okay, so we're just going to replace, oh, nope, I can't replace that because that's got an existing thing. It's just going to be this piece right there. And I'm not totally sure what it changed, but it did something. I think it's right here. That's the thing my eyes caught when it changed it. All right, let's go back and see where, what else did it do? Nope, didn't do anything else. It says that we fixed. Again, if we don't get errors and it doesn't work, then we have a fundamental problem. AI didn't know what it's talking about, or it's barking up the wrong tree. It's hallucinating, which can happen. It thinks it knows the answer. But if we're getting errors, you fix the errors, and then you determine if you got a realistic tool. Now it's doing this animation thing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm implementing an animation thing. And I'm telling you, man, everything I do, every little thing, this little animation is probably 100 lines of code, 150 or more. And I can see how just doing this animation can take a day or two to do. Because there's a lot of code and you can make a mistake, you can put the wrong thing in. Now, if you know exactly what you're doing and you know that like your brain has already memorized the process, maybe you get it done quickly in half a day. But I still say AI Did it work? It is kind of like animating. I mean, it pops up, not so sudden. That's not exactly what I had in mind. I wonder if we could slow the zoom. Can we slow the zoom? Can we slow down the zoom? It seems to be working, but it is very fast. I'm sure it'll tell me. Really, all I'm thinking is it'll tell me where I'm supposed to adjust. Because I know you can. You got to be able to slow down the zoom, right? There's nothing forcing you to go crazy fast. Set active. There's got to be a way to make it look happen like. That's what I want. Animation duration, okay. Where is animation duration? Change from 0.3 to 0.8. Alright, well, let's try it. Animation duration. Where'd it go? Animator. Oh, it's gonna be up here. Card zoom, oh, it's called card zoom animator, okay. 0.3, we'll go to 0.8. 0.8 is like an extra half a second. Yeah, that might be good enough. Kind of looks like it's working. So, that's something. 0.3 is like a really fast, it's like, what? 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 0.8 is like one. So hopefully that's going to be a little bit more noticeable. I don't even think I can say 1 in 0.3 seconds. So I say really fast. 1. You could do some things pretty quick, and I mean, it's 1 second, 1/1000. You can do, you can open up all your fingers, you can punch a fist, you can do a number of things in 1 second. Something you can even punch a fist if you're really, really, really quick in half a second. You can do it, but that's still 0.5, and I don't know if you can do a 0.3. Okay, so that didn't really, I mean, it's a delay in showing you the card, but it's not animating the card. It's like, it's got a 0.5 delay, but then the thing pops up. There's not really a zoom effect happening here. It's like, that's not really a zoom effect. I don't know what the animation is there, but it's really just a delay in the card showing up. I know, I got to get to the point where I start making the buttons do stuff now. Other than close and open. But it's kind of cool. It's a... I don't really see an animation. Zoom. I see a delay when the page opens and then the card appears. Not really a card growing effect. Maybe it misunderstood, but either way, it's what's the animation? I mean, a pause is not an animation. A pause is like, let's stop and wait a second. It says it's got a better plan. Let's go to the card animator. All right, we're on the card zoom animator. And so we got it at 0.8. It's going to add a couple more, add visual element to show during your thing here. I'm just looking to see if there's any, leave it as, let's just do all of it. I mean, it put a delay in, but I was like, It didn't really do anything, you know, awe-inspiring. Do I need a delay? No, I don't need a delay. If it's not doing something, uh-oh. What did you do? What did you do, AI? Oh, wait, what? Oh, never mind. Maybe I did it. I may not know how to copy and paste correctly. Copy. Could very well be my own problem. Not AI's fault. AI makes mistakes. I make mistake. I make mistake. AI make mistakes. That I can be shared by both of us, because, you know, AI's mistakes are my mistakes, right? Because it's my code, my app, my guidance, my direction, and my usage. It's kind of like I get all the fame, but I also get all the... If I release this game, no one's going to say, AI is an idiot. He drew it. He screwed it up, man. This game sucks. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, you suck. You made a terrible game. You wasted my money. I'm not even giving you no money because this game sucks. It's not going to be AI's fault. That's my fault. I'm not sure what that just did. Did that do anything? Long delay. No actual... I mean... Yeah, stuff popped up on the screen. You know what? Okay, maybe I'm asking too much. I actually don't need that 0.8 delay, because that 0.8 delay is not doing anything. I mean, I don't even know why. Let's put it at 0.4. We'll cut it in half. Given a tiny chance to do something in the future, but I don't see it doing anything. I mean, well, if there is an animation happening, it is too fast to see. I still see a delay, a blank new screen with a delay, and when it pops up, a very fast adjust of the font and image on the card. But I think that is just load and emphasizing. Yeah. I'm not even sure that this animation thing... I mean, what I might do is keep it, slow down the delay to where it's negligible, and then later on at some point I can tweak it to try to make it be better, because right now I don't care that much. I thought it was kind of a cool option if it was something that could be done fast. if you want to adjust the animation speed specifically for a clearer effect, you could add this line right after the creating the animator. Right after creating the animator. After this line, let's go see if I can find this line. And it says right after, add this. And I mean, that just changes the animation duration. I don't even know why. I mean, I already have that being set. Based on your feedback, the animation is happening, but it's too fast or subtle to be noticed. Let's create a more dramatic and visible animation effect. Okay. If you say so, AI. Let's see what you think is more dramatic and visible. Now, AI might not understand time. See, that's just a longer delay, much longer duration. Higher initial opacity. Starting at 90% opacity instead of 40%. 40% is pretty small. Visible background. Using a white background that's highly visible. I don't think that's going to make it. Slow start. Adding a small 0.1 second delay before animation starts. Bounce effect. Adding a subtle bounce effect for more dynamic movement. Direct size manipulation. Using size delta instead of scale. Better debugging. More log messages to track what's happening. Alright, well, sure. Why not? I don't know if I like some of that. I mean, I don't know why we need to set the color. But like I said, if this doesn't do anything, I might just come back here and turn it off. If I don't see anything that's likable about this new change, I'm probably just going to come back here and turn it off. Basically, unmark it. What do you call it? Do Control Z to make it less of a thing. Because I don't foresee this doing much. I think it's going to make it ugly. That's what I think. I think it's going to change my. I'm going to have this white background weird thing. Because it's like it's like it thinks I'm not seeing it, like I'm blind. Oh, well, maybe you can't see it. It's there. Maybe it's just you, man. So we'll put a white background on it and make sure that it's very bold in appearance. I don't think 40%. I think I would notice 40%. If it's fading in, which is kind of an animation. So there we are. Yeah, see that put a white background, but I don't think it knows what that is. Honestly, okay, I think that's enough. I think I kind of like a short delay, but this just like a long delay. And the card just kind of bounces weird. Yeah. All right, well, there you go. There's my attempt at animation. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. If I'm correct, this puts me back to 0.4. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're good for today. I got my plays to load nice. There's probably a couple other things I can attempt to work on. 29 messages. Jeez. Okay, so we're fixed. Okay. Let's go back to what it was. It kind of sort of looks like a zooming effect, but I can't be sure. I mean, the card does kind of pop up on the screen. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good zooming effect. It's a zooming effect. I think the problem might be that I have a setting. We're not actually doing an image. If I was doing an image, it would zoom better, because what's happening, I think, is it's almost like it would need to record multiple size changes along the way and then show it to you like a video. Because what's happening is my text and font sizes are not following with it, because they reinitialize, they reset when the card stops resizing. But when it's in the middle of a resize, if it resizes and resize, it just keeps resizing itself, the text and image aren't going to do anything, because they're not going to set. And that's what you're seeing at the end. It's the end point where it stops resizing and it just clicks. It just shows you. And that's why it's going, okay, so now everything works. So the problem is probably my dynamic cards and the fact that they're not actual images that's keeping it from being able to resize cool. Let's check and see if my button works. It doesn't. I guess that's the next thing. Get some plays to add them to my playbook and make these buttons work. I only got 4 minutes. I don't think I can plug anything in right now. Let's clear this. And we'll go back here. And say, okay, so my unit filter panel, it appears that my unit filter panel, which is responsible for filtering my plays based on offense and defense, or rather off def special teams value sent from the API call, where 1 is offense, 2 is defense, and 3 is special teams, is not working. Only offense plays seem to show up, and I would expect if the other options did not exist, I would get an empty available list. Now, 2 minutes is not going to give me a lot of time to fix this. So what's probably going to happen here, unless it does something kind of quick and easy for me to try, probably going to have to call it. I have it set in Sonnet Thinking, which means it'll take a moment, which means it should be scanning my code, looking to see what kind of nonsense I've thrown in there. I should actually be making it a little easier for it by getting rid of all this crap. And then, I don't even know which one it would be. It looks like you're having an issue with your user. Possible causes based on the code provided here are the most likely issues. Type mismatch in comparison. In both your web app and Unity app, there might be a type mismatch. If playoff is a string like 2, but unit filter is the number, this comparison would fail. Check if the API is actually returning plays with different objects. Debug the filter process. Add debugging to see what's happening during filtering. Workspace. Feel free to look at how my playbook service is passing back the plays through the gRPC gateway service called from the playbook data.cs to see if there is something off. Got to tell it exactly what it's expecting to see, but we've hit the 5:01 mark. I need to go get some food. I'm hungry. I probably should study some of my lines again for tonight. 2 hours, man. I got to get there. So an hour and 45 or so. But hey, I got the play card zoom working, which is kind of cool. It took all day. It's a long time to get one feature, but I gotta say, ultimately, I think I did a couple of cool things with it. Some reusable components. I think the text box resizing thing is pretty cool, and I think that's going to be very helpful in the long term. Because I'll be able to put that on a lot of other components and objects. I know I'm going to be putting text everywhere, so having something like that that'll proportionally size my text boxes more effectively than the rect transform, which is terrible. And I don't like fixed value settings anyway, because it doesn't give you much flexibility when you're working with things. Yeah, I got some ideas, things going through my head, but I got to get the simulator working, so I'm hoping to start working on that pretty soon too. Even if it's just dummy data, so I can start seeing guys move around on the field, which would be cool. In playbookmanager.cs, your filtering logic looks correct. However, there are several potential problems that could cause only offensive plays to appear. Value might be coming through as a string. Add this, debug, then update to handle both string and int. API response data issues. Check if the backend is returning plays with different off-depth values. Well, I already know that. Server-side debug. The issue might be on how playbook service is fetching plays and logging before returning. See, it didn't actually check anything. Did it actually look at my code? I don't know. All right, till next time. God bless.